Republics.
PGA, you can't handle the roof.
Live from Augusta, breaking news.
We're learning about breaking news just into the newsroom in the last hour. I'm Wrdw. Thanks for joining us. We've learned a person has been crushed under heavy machinery and has died. Now you're going to be taking a look at the Lowe's in North Augusta where the incident happened. Law enforcement says they got calls about a construction accident and arrived to find a man with an extensive injury. The man did get CPR until EMS arrived and announced him dead. The victim's name won't be released until next of kin is notified. Officials say it doesn't appear to be a criminal act. The entrances to Lowe's are closed as law enforcement works the scene. We'll keep you updated on our website, Wrdw.com, and the Wrdw app.
Well, overnight tonight, temperatures are going to drop off into the lower 70s, pretty similar to what we saw today. That's going to be the trend throughout the next 7 days. Low 70s for that average morning low, but the afternoons, we are going to be in those middle and upper 90s. Here's the heat index. This is the feels like temperature throughout the day tomorrow. Make sure you're staying hydrated. We're going to feel like 103, but I'll have a look at your full forecast coming up soon.
In Aiken County, a teenager was found dead overnight after a shooting. It happened on Sarah Street in Warrenville, according to the sheriff's office. When deputies arrived around 2 a.m., they found 18-year-old Fernand Shepard lying in a yard. According to the coroner's office, Shepard had multiple gunshot wounds and was pronounced dead just before 3. An autopsy has been scheduled, and anyone with any information is asked to call the Aiken County Sheriff's Office. And the Richmond County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding two suspected wanted in reference to an armed robbery. The two men you see on your screen are connected to a robbery that happened at Case Stop and Shop on Windsor Spring Road. The man in the black hoodie has shoulder-length locks, and the man in the burgundy hoodie has a small afro. Both are around 5'10". If you have any information about these men, you are asked to call the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. In Payne College held a health and wellness fair. In North Augusta, the O'Reilly Auto Parts was hit by a car this afternoon. According to North Augusta Public Safety, a person was pulling into a parking spot at the Knox Avenue store when they hit the gas instead of the brakes. While the building was damaged, no one was hurt. According to an employee at the store, they still have to assess the structural damage and figure out next steps. But stick around. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's Anna Christina here for Roof Savers. Over time, vinyl siding on your home can become faded and dull looking due to exposure to sunlight, weather, and other environmental factors. This is a natural process that can occur with any type of siding material. Roof Savers now offers a process that can extend the life of your existing siding by 10 years, and it's called Renew It. I'm here with Russell Beckham. He's one of the owners of Roof Savers. Russell, tell us about the Renew It process and how it can save homeowners big money on their siding versus a replacement or painting.
Oxidation is the main contributor to the deterioration of siding. We will clean the surface to remove unsightly oxidation and apply Renew It to the surface to extend the life of siding while bringing back the color to like new.
And Renew It works on other surfaces as well.
And that's right. Renew It can be applied to many types of siding, such as vinyl and aluminum siding, hardy board, and even stucco to bring the color back to like new and prevent the surface from further deterioration for 10 years.
And seeing is believing when it comes to Renew It. The before and after pictures are amazing. Save your siding from full replacement or messy painting. Add an additional 10 years of life to your home's exterior with Renew It.
You can check us out online at myroofsavers.com.
Roof Savers, save your roof, save your siding, save your money.
Hey guys, there's something I want to talk to you about. There's a change. I told you it'd be fine.
The 3-row luxury TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, we have a few isolated showers popping up across the CSRA, but 90% of us are dry. This is what we can expect whenever we say there's that small possibility for an afternoon shower throughout the summer months. This is kind of that coverage that we're talking about for us. So this afternoon, things are looking good, or this evening, I should say. We're staying hot for your Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. By the time we hit Thursday, though, that's when those temperatures might drop a little bit. I'm saying they're going to drop. We're going to see those lower 90s. I mean, it's still going to be very, very hot outdoors for us. But once we get towards the end of the week, that rain chance will start to increase as well. And again, we're going to feel a little bit better for us by the end of the work week. But still, those peak heat index values, that's what really matters. That's what it's going to feel like outside once we have that humidity factored into it as well. But again, the hottest days of this week looking like Tuesday and Wednesday. Rain chances will return Thursday, Friday. So depending on the exact timing of when that rain moves in, that'll kind of determine how hot we will get those afternoons. But over the next 7 days, we'll see close to an inch of rainfall. Not anything super significant, but hey, we'll take what we can get this time of year, especially with those very hot afternoons for us. I mean, check out tomorrow, 97. This is the actual temperature. Again, going to feel like the triple digits, 99 Tuesday and Wednesday. Once we get into Thursday, that's when our rain chances will really kind of start to come back into the picture. Friday, Saturday, still anticipating that rain chance, but check it out. We'll be about 5 degrees cooler than what we will be for the start of the week. So things are looking a little bit better by the end of the week, Audrey, but we're still going to have to factor in that humidity level, and that's going to make it feel a lot warmer. But hey, we'll have more coming up after the break. What's that, Yeezus?
At Parker's Kitchen, we go big, like our huge, crunchy, juicy, never frozen chicken tenders with an extra large serving of Parker's signature sauce. At Parker's Kitchen.
This year, don't settle for less than a Honda. Visit your Augusta-Aiken Honda dealer. Despite what you've heard or read,
Everyone.
Here's a look for us over the next 7 days. Tomorrow, 97 for that actual high. We're going to feel like those lower 100s for us. Tuesday, Wednesday, warming up from there, 99 both afternoons. Rain chances will return, that possibility late Wednesday, but Thursday looks like our next best chance of some measurable rainfall. But hey, that might cool off our temperatures a little bit. 95 Thursday. We'll be in those middle 90s for your Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those afternoon showers are possible throughout the end of the week and into the weekend. Overnight lows right around that 72-degree mark. So we're not seeing a big cool down overnight, but hey, it's summer. That's what we can expect throughout the next couple of months.
Okay, great. Thanks for that, Emily. Thanks for joining us at 6. We'll have more for you tonight at 11.
Jesse Palmer here. Give me 30 seconds.
News 1226, honored with 4 Emmys and proud to be on your side. Thank you for trusting us with your stories.
United Healthcare knows you've got your whole life ahead of you. It's nice to know you're free to focus on what matters. With reliable Medicare coverage from United Healthcare.
Welcome to the 100-degree sweat test. Secret clinical versus ordinary antiperspirant. Turn up the heat. Looks like ordinary antiperspirants can't take the heat. Ordinary antiperspirants can't fight sweat better than Secret Clinical. Try new Secret Clinical Strength Spray.
High heat, wet hair, aka the straightener sizzle. OGX weightless repair mist for non-stop damage protection. OGX.
Febreze.
Have you tried these Febreze carbon clips? The intensity down gives you total control. I can turn it up. That smells good. Or turn it down. Nice and light. Enjoy 40 days of freshness your way.
There's all new with Idris Elba, John Cena, and Clarissa Ward. CBS this week.
Hey everybody, get ready for a new addition to the Fire Country family.
Don't miss my new show, Sheriff Country, coming this fall to CBS.
When everything's on the line, real heroes rise to the occasion.
Severe weather season is here, but you're good. You get the First Alert with forecasts where you live. WRDW First Alert weather on your side. live from Augusta. We're watching News 1226 at 11.
Good evening, I'm Wrdw. Thank you so much for joining us. We're glad you're here, but it remains unclear whether Iran maintains.
Well, we had a very hot afternoon for us today, and that's going to be typical. From here on out, again, this is the first full week of summer. Summer officially started on Friday, and we're bringing it in with the heat for us overnight tonight, dropping off into those lower 70s for us. So things are going to be pretty mild to start off our mornings. There we go. Again, right around that 70, 71 degree mark in some spots, but we're going to warm up nicely by the afternoon, and maybe not so nicely. We're going to see those highs in the middle and upper 90s, where it's going to feel like the triple digits as early as 1 p.m. So make sure if you have any plans outdoors, you have a good way to cool off. You have plenty of sunscreen and are staying hydrated. That starts now. That should have already started before now, but again, you want to be hydrated before you go out and do any outdoor activities in this heat. Again, this is getting into that dangerous heat stroke, heat related illness. Those are both on the table as we go throughout the week. Again, Audrey, I'll have a look at your full forecast coming up.
Okay, great. Thanks for that update, Emily. But developing now, a person died this evening after being crushed by heavy machinery. It happened at Lowe's in North Augusta around 5. According to North Augusta Public Safety, they got calls about a construction accident and arrived to find a man under the machinery. Law enforcement started CPR until paramedics could arrive. Officials say the incident seems like an accident.
It does not appear that anything criminal happened, but just to cover all our bases, we are still continuing to investigate it to our fullest capability to make sure everything is what it appears to be.
And while the man has been identified, his identity won't be released until next of kin is notified. Well, we'll keep you updated on our website, wrdw.com, and on the WRDW app. And parts of Aiken County are under a boil water advisory. People living in the area of Pine Grove, Storm Branch, Pepper Branch, Scottsville, and CC Camp Road, along with Storm Court, are asked to boil their water for a minute before consuming. The advisory is due to unexpected system repairs, according to the Water Authority. Officials say the water is uncontaminated, though. And in North Augusta, the O'Reilly Auto Parts was hit by a car this afternoon. According to North Augusta Public Safety, a person was pulling into a parking spot at the Knox Avenue store when they hit the gas instead of the brakes. While the building was damaged, no one was hurt. According to an employee at the store, they still have to assess the structural damage and figure out the next steps. In Orangeburg County is trying to encourage children to read by showing them it can also be fun. Orangeburg County Library's Holly Hill branch had water slides, food, and face paint for its annual summer reading initiative. Every hour someone reads, they're given $1 and a token that can be used to buy prizes from the book fair. Coordinators say it's especially important for kids to mix education with summer activities.
You know, as a child, when they come out of the school for summer break, they lose a lot of what they learned if they don't continue to read.
And the program runs through July 25th. The staff says they plan to have an end of summer celebration as well. And yesterday was Take Kids Fishing Day at Clarksville Lake, and more than 75 kids showed up. Check that out. The event organizers said more than 100 fish were caught. The kids that registered were able to receive a free fishing rod and reel. The lake was stocked with catfish, so every kid had the opportunity to catch one. That's awesome. But the opioid crisis is still going strong in the U.S. Coming up here from one teacher who says she's a member of the opioid generation.
And we're looking at lows tonight right around that 71-degree mark. There will be a few clouds out there, but we are going to warm up significantly throughout our work week. I'll have a check on your full forecast coming up.
Trust meteorologist Emily Acton for your first alert.
What's Kroger? Fresh for everyone.
Trust meteorologist Chris Still for your first alert.
Welcome back. Well, 2 new movies arrived in theaters this weekend to take on How to Train Your Dragon. But how did they perform? Rick Domagella has the top 5 box office countdown.
This can't all be true.
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning fell to 5th place this weekend on ticket sales of $6.6 million.
Look at what's in front of you.
Zombie Threequel, 28 years later, opened in 2nd with $30 million. Universal's How to Train Your Dragon fought off the competition to stay at #1 for the 2nd weekend in a row. The live-action reimagining of the animated adventure added $37 million to its domestic total, which now stands at just over $160 million. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Okay, Emily, clearly we have some movies to go see because I'm interested in all of these now, but it's been forever since I've actually been to the movie theater.
Oh, I went and saw Lilo and Stitch a couple weeks ago, and it was a great movie. But that #2 movie, the zombie movie, that's a no. That's a no for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to be like in a certain mood to go see, you know, a movie like that. But I think a lot of this hot weather will probably encourage more people to want to be inside of the movies.
Yeah, definitely so. I know I definitely love going to the movies any time of year, but whenever it's brutal heat like this, it's a great way to cool off for us. Overnight tonight, dropping off to right around that 71-degree mark. We'll have a few clouds out there, but not tracking any more rainfall. For the overnight hours, we're going to be mostly dry throughout your Monday, Tuesday, and a good portion of your Wednesday as well. But that's going to bring us those high afternoon highs. Once we get into Friday, though, that's when we'll have some low pressure moving in, and that ridge will kind of start to break up a little bit. But we're going to see those storm chances start to come back into play, but we'll be a few degrees cooler, so I think we'll take the storm chances if we can knock off a few degrees. But again, those heat index values really not going anywhere throughout the next 5 days. Our warmest days of this week are going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and you can see those feels like temperature close to 105 both afternoons. When it's all said and done, throughout the next 7 days, our rain totals are going to accumulate to around an inch, so a little bit more than what we were seeing yesterday, so that's some good news. Some of the models are starting to show that trend of us seeing some more rainfall for us. But again, I think that's really going to come for your Thursday. Might have some more isolated showers for your Wednesday, but check this out. Tomorrow, 97, we're going to feel like the triple digits. Make sure you're staying hydrated, especially, all throughout the work week, all throughout the summer season. We're just kicking it off very high temperatures. Again, 97, 99 Tuesday and Wednesday. But again, those storm chances are going to start to come into play. That's going to help us cool off just a little bit. But again, that humidity, that's going to be added to our conditions. So that's going to make it feel pretty warm once we get through the end of the work week into next weekend. 94, that's going to be that average high for us. Overnight lows right around 70. So things are cooling off a little bit at night, but man, Audra, I am not ready for 99 for the actual temperature. I'm not ready for it.
Me either. Hopefully that changes.
Yeah, hopefully so.
But the Negro League won't be forgotten with the new museum. Coming up, learn some of the history of baseball. And as we head to break, here's a live look at Atlanta and your winning lottery numbers. We'll be right back.
It's the best time to an automotive group.
Welcome back. Well, black players were barred from Major League Baseball for decades. We have a look at how the Negro Baseball League's museum has helped keep their legacy alive and the MLB's decision to integrate their statistics into their own historical record.
These pictures and artifacts represent just some of baseball's black history.
Black people have always played baseball, but their game has not always been recognized, right?
And I think that was the thing. No one gave it any credence. It had happened, and when you look at the Negro Leagues, it happened before huge audiences.
Today, those first-hand accounts are preserved in Kansas City, Missouri, at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum.
Baseball is king.
But it's a legacy that was almost excluded from the major leagues entirely. There was once a time when African-American players were barred from integrating into the major leagues for years. So, in 1920, the Negro National League was formed.
They didn't care what color you were. They didn't care what gender you were. Can you play?
Greats like Jackie Robinson, Willie Mays, and Hank Aaron passed through the ranks, and even though their talent on the field was undeniable, it was not always recognized, even after Major League Baseball was integrated in 1947.
Jackie Robinson.
In 2020, on the 100th anniversary of the Negro League's founding, the MLB announced its plan to incorporate the Negro League statistics in the MLB's leaderboard, following work by researchers and historians like Phil Dixon.
You've at this point written at least 9 books chronicling baseball's black history. Why?
Because it's an important part of American history.
Dixon interviewed players and their families, all with the hopes of preserving the sport's diverse history.
And when you tell the story, it enlightens people and it frees people.
The addition of the Negro League statistics also meant changes to some major rankings. Doug Glanville played 9 major league seasons with the Cubs, Phillies, and Rangers. To him, this is more than the numbers.
The step is significant in not only righting a wrong, but also creating the conversations and discussions around why this is important to fuse these histories.
But he says there is still work to be done.
And certainly I had my own personal experiences as a black player of feeling the inequality. You know, we're trying to level the playing field for everyone in society, and this is to everyone's benefit.
This season marks a year since that change.
Yes, yes.
What has it done?
Well, for baseball fans, it's given them something to talk about. The stats should become a portal for greater understanding.
Each new season marking a chance to create a more inclusive home run.
Well, we're looking at temperatures tomorrow. We're going to see those middle to possibly even upper 90s for the afternoon. So a very hot week in store. I'll have a final check on your forecast, but I'm going to send things over to Studio B for a quick check on Law Call.
Thanks so much, Emily. With Chase Hawk, I'm Neil Gordon, and tonight you can ask us anything.
That's right. There's a lot of things going on during the summer, a lot of ways to get injured, and you need to know what your rights are and what to do in case you or a family member are injured in a summer event.
Yeah, well, grab a pen. We've got a number for you to call in right now. It's 844-706-1212. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
This is Henry.
Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Well, we're seeing temperatures tomorrow reaching those middle and upper 90s by the afternoon. I mean, already at that 90-degree mark at the noon hour. Make sure you're staying hydrated. We are in store for a very hot work week. So again, make sure you're hydrating now. Here's what the feels like temperature is going to be throughout the next 5 days. Tomorrow, we'll feel like 103, 105 Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are going to be the hottest days of the week. Once we get into Thursday, Friday, that's when our rain chances will come into play, but we're still going to be having those high temperatures throughout the end of the week and even into this weekend. So let's take a look at that right now of what we are seeing, again, as we go throughout the next 7 days. Overnight lows pretty consistent around that 72, 73-degree mark, but again, 99 for that average high your Tuesday and Wednesday. 95 Thursday, and that's when our rain chance really comes into play. But again, we can't rule out an isolated shower both Wednesday and even into Friday, Saturday. Those rain chances are still that possibility. But going throughout the summer months, there's always going to be kind of that unspoken chance of showers, but we're just seeing a little bit more heightened chance of showers, and that's why we bumped it up to that 30%. But again, looks like Thursday, Friday are going to be our wettest days. But it's the first full week of summer, so we really can't ask for anything different. But I've been born and raised in the South, in Alabama, and I am still not used to the heat.
I don't think I'll ever be used to it, but thanks for joining us tonight at 11. We'll have more news and weather tomorrow morning, and Law Call's next. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to Bluebell USA. Around here, everyone is happy all the time. And folks do things for the greater good. Because in this town, Bluebell ice cream is a game changer. Refreshing, isn't it? Bluebell USA, where happy happens.
Pronamel clinical